Hello, over 500 subscribers. We hit over 500 subscribers here very recently, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much to the support that I've gotten. I know it may not seem like a lot. I know in this day and age, everyone's got over, millions of subscribers and whatnot, or people grow a lot quicker than I have. They just post one video and they've got like over 50,000 subscribers already. But I'm very thankful for, this community so far that we're building up here. And I just wanted to kind of give an update for you guys and kind of tell you the direction that this channel is going to go in. Because originally, this channel was kind of just going to be like maybe an EXE type channel or like, funny moments type of thing. But as time has gone on, I've kind of figured that I want to do more like video essays or informational videos. And seeing how well the Killzone video has done and all the support that I've received from that and all the positive feedback from it, I've decided that instead of just simply, another video essay channel on random topics, I'm going to try and keep this more related to things of like what happened to, And the main series that we're going to have on this channel is what happened to blank, and it's mostly going to be video games. It'll pretty much always just be covering like older video game titles, ones that aren't here anymore, and maybe it'll even cover some more recent ones, kind of like what has happened to this franchise, why has it changed so differently. But for right now, we're going to be covering all the older titles that aren't around anymore, and sometimes it might cover something like what's happened to YouTube, what's happened to Twitch, but mostly we're going to be sticking to video games here. And kind of like a secondary thing that I want to do is maybe cover some, not so well-known games. I did get a comment on the Killzone video of someone talking about kind of, to me, an obscure game that I've never heard of. I thought maybe as a secondary series, it'd be kind of interesting to go over games that aren't very well-known or people might not have heard of, just kind of investigating them a little bit and seeing what they're about. But again, it'll mostly just be on here. We're going to have the what happened to blank game, whatever, and I'll always try and run polls to see what you guys want next. For every poll, whichever game wins first will be the next game that's covered, and then whichever game was in second place will be the game after that, and then I'll run a new poll. So for instance, if you took part in the poll on my channel here recently, I had Mag, Warhawk, Resistance, and Little Big Planet, and Resistance won, so Resistance will be the next game that I cover. And then after that, it would be Mag, because Mag was in second place for votes. And then after I cover Mag, I'll run a new poll and then see what you guys want me to cover next. And my plan going forward is I'm going to go a lot more in depth on the games. The Killzone video was really just a test, and I might even have to remake it in the future because there's some things that I kind of want to go back on and talk about again. But obviously that's going to be in the future. But going forward, I'm going to go over more of like the gameplay. I'm going to go over like the weapons, the enemies, multiplayer, like sales numbers, some development insight, kind of a consensus of, how people felt, maybe how the critics felt at the time. And then near the end, we're going to look at it kind of from like a factual standpoint of, this game didn't sell well. Here were the technical problems of it. And then the developer maybe came out in an interview and said that they were tired and don't want to continue the series anymore. And then, I'll give my 2 cents of kind of like, well, here's kind of what I feel like happened as far as like a gamer standpoint. But that's kind of the layout that I want to go with going forward. So the videos are going to be quite a bit longer, The Killzone video was, I think, just a little over 20 minutes. So going forward, the videos are probably going to be closer to maybe like 45 minutes to over an hour, just depending on how much information there is to go over. The Resistance video script is already done. I think in my Google Docs, it was like 44 pages. And I'm expecting that to take quite a while for me to, record my voice, because I don't know what it is. I'm not very good at speaking. If you've watched my most recent video, I feel like I almost had a stroke near the end of the video, and I left that in just because I kind of thought it was funny. It takes me a while to speak because I've got to say it, and then I mess up like 5 times as I'm saying one sentence, and then I got to say it again. Or sometimes I just get so frustrated when I'm talking. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to start the whole recording over again. I can't do this. This is horrible. But anyways, again, the script is done. I'm going to start recording the voice, editing it all together. But I do want to try and deliver quality, so it might take a while for it to come out. I wouldn't expect it to come out anytime soon. It genuinely might take me 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks to finish it. So in the meantime, if you are interested in seeing more from me, or you just want to hear my, super nerdy, sexy voice, I do stream. I have a second channel, and I'll have it linked in the comments below, and I have a Twitch. I try to stream every Wednesday and Saturday night. Normally, I stream pretty late. That's the only way I can stream right now, but I do have quite a few Twitch integrated games, so if we do get a community big enough, we can hang out, we can just play the Twitch integrated games. I'm pretty excited to be able to do that at some point. I do have one Twitch game that I haven't seen like hardly anybody use, and I really want to use it, but obviously I can't because the only people watching me right now are like my wife and my best friend, so it doesn't really work too well with only like 2 people in there. But if we get like a good handful of people in there, we can do that. It'd be a lot of fun. Again, going forward, next video is Resistance series, so look out for that. I'll try and post some periodic updates here on YouTube, letting you guys know how far along I am with it. And when the video is, let's say it's about like 90% done, like I'm about to upload it and everything, I'll let you guys know so you can be on the lookout for it. Again, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support that I've gotten here recently, and I just want you guys to know the content's coming. I'm a one-man show right now. It's kind of hard for me to do all this stuff by myself because I've got to figure out which video I'm gonna do. Then I've got to try and do some research. I've got to try and make sure that I'm not getting stuff wrong, because heaven forbid, you get some details wrong. I try my best to make sure that I'm getting stuff right. After I do the research, then I've got to try and write the script for it, then double check the script, make sure that I'm not saying something ridiculous in there. Then after that, start splicing my audio, which feels like it takes forever because, as I said, I mess up speaking so much. And then I got to try and get all my clips together and all the editing and all that done, and that obviously takes the longest amount of time. And then once all of that's done, then finally we can upload the video. So doing all that by myself, plus what I've got going on personally, it takes a while. It takes a little bit, but like I said, I'd rather do quality over quantity for you guys, because just me personally, I feel like that's better. I feel like it's a lot better if I just give you guys more quality content than a lot of quantity, right? That's just how I feel, and I would hope most of you guys feel the same. Like I said, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the support. And who knows where we'll be in, maybe a year, 5 years from now, if we've got a bigger community. That's awesome. I'd love that. And who knows, maybe I could do this full time where I'm pumping out videos for you guys like maybe once a week or something. Who knows? We'll see where this takes us. But even if it never gets to that point, I don't plan on stopping. I plan on creating. I plan on continuing to create content because I just really enjoy it, and I think it's a lot of fun, and I'm glad that I can entertain some people. Anyways, that's all I've got for now. I hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good night.